Welcome to Swiping on Love. I am your host, Sange Keita, with my other host.
Samuel J.
All right. Yeah. So,
Welcome back, everyone.
yeah, it's our fourth episode. So, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's another Friday. We're all alive. We're all well. It's a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. It's beautiful outside, too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, today, we're going to just dive deep and get into
Our topic for the day.
get into apps, dating apps.
Yeah.
What's it like using dating apps while in college?
In college, yeah. And there are a bunch of apps out there that, as a college student, we all use. It's all at some point in our college careers. Yeah, we download the app and we used. Mm-hmm. Have you used it? Have you used an app before?
Yeah, I have. When it was my freshman year in college, it was kind of like a big thing, like Tinder and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of Tinder when I was in high school, but I was like, maybe that's for like older kids, older students. So I was just like, let me just wait till I get into college. And then I made a Tinder account and I never used it. I thought it was gonna be like something like Facebook or something, but then when I realized I couldn't see some people's faces, I just got uninterested and I just deleted it. And then my next year, which was my sophomore year, I got very bored and I bought the premium.
Oh.
I bought the premium subscription so I could see who swiped up on me, and it was pretty interesting. You meet all kinds of people from like other schools.
Yeah. If you have your mileage a bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't really taking it seriously because I was just like, I'm bored. I'm kind of lonely. I would like to meet someone, but not like for, anything pertaining to that.
Pertaining to what?
The deed.
The deed.
Or maybe not. Maybe not, but let me not. But yeah, if it was anyone outside of the school, definitely not. It wasn't for that purpose. It was just to make friends or just to get to know people. And I did actually meet a couple of cool people through that app.
If you want to make friends, didn't they make like a group chat or like a Facebook group for your class, graduating class?
I mean,
that's a good way to make friends. But not on Tinder.
I was a part of group chats, but it's just like those people kind of just dispersed and went into their own friendships and their own relationships, and they just stopped talking. But how was it like? Have you ever participated in the dating app?
Of course, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge.
Interesting.
And
then you have Grindr, which is for people who are of the LGBTQ community.
Yes.
There's all kinds of dating apps and stuff.
Yes. I wasn't on Grindr.
Yes.
But
for clarification of Sam.
No, but I was on Hinge, I was on Bumble, I was on Tinder. When Tinder fails you don't have the premium for Tinder. And then, your swiping is limited.
Yeah.
So you move on to the next app.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's basically you see the same people.
Yes.
On there as well.
I agree. It's just
yeah.
Let me see more people. But I never heard of what was the other one you were saying after Bumble?
Hinge,
yeah. I never heard of that.
Oh.
I've heard of Bumble. I heard of Harmony.
Yeah.
With all the other ones that kind of are promoted, like Match, those ones that you see on TV commercials.
Yeah.
Tinder is usually the biggest one, though, amongst college students.
Match.
Yeah.
Match was a bit old.
Yeah, it's for, I would say people who are middle-aged or after, post-college.
Yeah.
But,
I've never seen someone on campus with a Match.
Yeah.
Then again, I wouldn't know because I'm not on Match.
Right. But I also, I agree. But I also feel like it really just depends on how serious you're trying to take your
Yeah.
communication with like friendships or like romantic relationships. Like some people who are really, really serious will probably go to like eHarmony or a Match. Like if they're looking for like a wife or a spouse or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I would say that's like stereotypically that's how I'm thinking. Like
Yeah. Yeah. My freshman year, I was on Tinder. First semester, second semester, but it wasn't like a long stay or a long visit over there. But I dabbled in and out.
what was your motive?
Oh, you know everybody's motive when they
Everybody's motive.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I was on Tinder to make friends. Because if I wanted friends, Facebook is there, Instagram is there. You know, there's a reason behind Tinder. I was there to, get a little bit of something.
Oh, something, something. So are you saying like for college students, the like to get a little bit of something, something, that culture is basically surrounded by the dating apps
Well,
or specifically Tinder?
I would say for Tinder, what I would say is that when you first come into college and if you're new to the dating game,
Yeah.
like going out your way and asking a girl out or anything like that, I think Tinder is a very good icebreaker for you
Yeah.
to necessarily get rid of that fear of rejection when you go to talk to someone in person. But with Tinder, it's like, without Tinder, like it's like if you're walking by and you see someone you like, you don't know if the person likes you back.
True.
But on Tinder, if you swipe on someone and the person swipes back, it would say, "Ooh, there's a match. He likes you. The person likes you back."
Well, could it be though, like, are you saying they like you based off of like how you look personally, or is it like, are they just interested in getting to know you? Would you say?
Of course, I think physical attraction is at least the first thing that
Yeah.
most people see when they see someone. But then the physical appearance and then come personality. And when your personality is not good or your personality do not fit their view of you or who they thought you were or you are, that's when people, break off and go to their separate directions. But yeah, I was on Tinder just to get a little bit of something. Because I didn't want to, the fear that walking
In
up to a
person.
girl and then asking her, like, hey,
Yeah, in person is
do you want to
definitely.
hang out and all of that? It's a bit of networking.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it also keeps things tense. Like, I don't know, when things happen online and you're texting or if you're sending like voice
Yeah.
notes and you really don't see that person physically, all the emotions, all the dopamine and
Yeah.
all the like spiritual energies and stuff passing through. It's just different. And then when you see them in person, this is like, I don't know what to say, but it depends. I mean,
I get that. It's a bit of awkward when you see someone on Tinder and then you see them in person. But for me, whilst I'm swiping and seeing all these people that I've bumped into once or twice, and then when I see them the next day or the following week or whatever, I'll be like, I saw you on Tinder.
oh my.
I won't tell nobody, but in my head, like, ooh, like she's on Tinder, oh, he's on Tinder, and all of that.
I hope I deleted my Tinder account. I still don't even remember if I just deleted the app or if my profile is still
The
there.
profile is gone.
But would you say like would you like when you get on the app, do you just like suddenly swipe or do you like look at who you're swiping on?
Yeah, the choice of left or right. You know, we talked about initial attraction, the physical appearance. You know, if a person look good, then people are definitely gonna swipe right. But also, it doesn't matter if you look good or what it is. But some people might also swipe right if you do not have the physical attributes that you're looking for. Sometimes, basically, sometimes it comes to the bio too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, putting a bit of a weird joke in there, or like, what's up, whatever, like something interesting about you on there can also
Definitely.
help, people swipe right on you, with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dating culture. Yeah.
But also it's weird though. I don't know if when you were on Tinder, you had an encounter with someone and then you guys hang out, talk, chatted it up and all of that. It was a good time. But then the following day, you see the person, you see them, you see that they're looking at you.
Yep.
You're looking back at them.
Yep.
But then they walk right past you.
Yep. Literally. I mean, I did it to the person.
Oh.
It wasn't. I mean, he was nice and all. It was fun because, once again, I was just bored when I was on it sophomore
Yeah,
year.
we'll come to the boredness part of it.
Yeah, we will. But in terms of yeah, I did it only because I was nervous. But also I literally didn't see him. Like, I'm completely blind without my glasses. And I think I was in Walmart and he texted me. He was like, "Oh, I saw you." I was like, "Oh, that was you?" I kept walking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out here. But it's also, it seems to be a bit normal now.
Mm-hmm.
You hang out with someone and then the next day you guys don't know each other and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you say if you based off of your relationship status, if you weren't in a relationship now and you were to download the app, would you use it completely differently compared to when you used it in freshman year?
I don't think I'll use it.
Like the motive behind it.
The motive behind it. Maybe the motive would stay the same, but I don't think I will necessarily go on Tinder because now I'm very much comfortable. I have confidence in myself and everything like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't think Tinder would be Maybe I will go on there for a while, not for a while, but for a quick snap and then move on.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I'll go on Tinder either. Pretty much like you said, I like confidence. My confidence has definitely progressed over time. And I would just say it would be the same thing, just without the app. I don't think I would need an app to interact with people or find.
Are you going to need it for the rainy days?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe not. Social media, Instagram itself feels like a dating app to me now, which is weird. Social media, you're supposed to be talking to people.
Yeah.
Making friends, quote unquote. I mean, people still are.
Yeah.
But it's just nowadays, people just use it as, ways to interact with people on that level, on the dating level.
Yeah.
Swipe up on people's snaps or
Yeah.
swipe, slide into people's DMs. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And also I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard this from a couple of girls or women or females that they just create Tinder as a joke or they're bored.
Yes. Well, okay. I would say yes for the most part, only because I've done that.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, I did want a little something too, but only, like I said, from people on my, within my vicinity, not anyone
Anywhere
random.
beyond.
Right.
Okay.
But in terms of that, I made it the first time because I kind of wanted to adapt to the college culture. Everybody had Tinder. So I'm okay, let me see what the hype is about. And then I realized like it's a bit too much for me. Like I don't even feel comfortable having my face
Yeah.
out there
Yeah.
on a like it looks like I've given up myself for auction or something. That's how it seemed like at first. And so I just deleted the app in total. And then the second time around, I had just gotten out of, something else with somebody. So I was just like, YOLO, it's one life to live. I might as well go big or go home.
Well,
So,
yeah.
but it wasn't like in an instance to I didn't care if I found somebody or I didn't. It was just more in a sense to keep me entertained, especially during the time it was like what
Rainy days.
quarantine, COVID, like
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Also, I don't know. For some girls or some women out there, sometimes it's just like when they are talking to a guy, or as I've come to find out, like they know the guy's intentions.
Oh yeah, most of the time, yeah.
And then the guy would type something. They'd be like, "Ooh, you think you're slick, huh?"
Mm-hmm.
Something
it's a
like that.
tease. Yeah.
But then like they're playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you and I know that we both want the same thing here. Well, not know, but there's something of an intention behind that.
Yeah.
You want a little bit something, and I want a little something. So why not help a man out, a brother out?
Well, one, I mean, both of you are getting something in return. It's not just you. Most of the time, though, I mean, some other girls have like different standards and stuff. So some of them are actually very strict on, not, even though they may know your intention, they're very strict on the fact that, they rather get to know you as a person and they rather you get to know them as a person before anything. Some girls know they know their standard, and I mean they also know specifically the environment, like the type of environment that the app comes with.
Yeah.
And so, teasing and stuff or like playing along or playing the game, it's really entertaining because it's like if you kind of just give in, it's just like, oh, that was easy, Yeah. So why not like play around a bit or like make it entertaining for you? And sometimes that entertainment prolongs into, doing a little something, or it doesn't. Like, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, the entertainment thing is not, I don't know.
It's not what? It's not.
It's fun and all, but sometimes, keep it short.
Keep it short.
Keep it short. Just help a brother out.
Help a brother out. You see, ladies, it's always about them. It's
What?
always about...
No. It's not always about us. It's always about women, too.
I mean, yeah. But it's just like, I feel like, too, when it comes to, like, the dating apps, because the culture around it, and because, a lot of people end up getting a little something out of it.
Yeah.
That's always the expectation coming from, I'm not going to say just guys only. I mean, it's both women and men. But most of the time you go on there, a lot of guys they just don't know how to go into a girl's inbox, or they just don't know how to like even, like we probably would be interested, but it's just like sometimes the demeanor and like the way you just slide into the messages is just like, ew, now I'm not interested. Or it's more in a sense like, that was gross, but I'm gonna entertain you, but I'm not gonna give you anything. Yeah. But yeah, and just noticed that like some guys go into it thinking like, oh, this is the easiest way to get something.
Okay. Yeah, true.
But sometimes it's not always the case. Like most people are luckier than others. Like you have to go into it thinking like, I may not get what I want out of this.
Yeah. So when it comes to like Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge, or all of the dating apps that's out there, do you think, even though they have dating in their name or in the description, do you think on college people usually use it as a hookup app?
Um, like the dating apps,
Yeah.
I think it's a start of for hookups and stuff. Like there's many things that play into hookup culture. It's the apps, the bars, and maybe a little bit of social media and the parties. But around it, I would say the most that takes up for the hookups
Yeah.
are the parties and the bars, which is
Okay.
crazy. I feel like before definitely that dating apps used to be very prominent factor. I do think they are still, but I don't think like a lot of people are very much interested in doing that anymore. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older and I'm thinking that,
Yeah.
but from freshman year to now, like given the fact that like the people that I know are either, single and not on dating apps or in relationships and still not on dating apps. So,
Yeah.
yeah. What about you?
Well, I think there's a stigma when it comes to the dating apps. Like, I don't think most people usually use as hookups, or to get something real quick and all of that.
Oh,
I think the dating aspect of these apps are a bit invalid when it comes to colleges. I'm not saying not all people go on there for hookups and all of that. Most people goes on there to get like a genuine connection or find someone interested or someone interested in them.
yeah.
But I think from my experiences, mostly people use it as a hookup thing. You
Yeah.
know? And that's a bit dragging away the name or the meaning of these apps. You can do both on it, but mostly people use it as hookups.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think that if you were to find a partner on Tinder, would your relationship be successful? And to
That's
build a relationship with the person, would it be successful?
it's 50-50, honestly, cuz I mean, I can't say no or yes fully cuz I know it's for some people it's probably the case like they met their partner on Tinder.
Yeah.
I guess some people start off with a certain motive and then it changes after a while once they get to know the person. So it's possible because some people like, transfer contacts and other social medias on there.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't mean to be pessimistic about myself, but I don't think it would come out like, good for me if I was to find or like try to get a relationship off of Tinder. Like most of the time it's always pretend.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't doubt that for anyone else. Definitely for myself though.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere that one person, a female, a girl, was liked someone on their campus,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But then she also decided to download Tinder as a joke. And when she downloaded it, and while swiping, she found her crush on there. And now all of a sudden, it became a turnoff for her. What do you think about that?
Like Tinder became a turnoff for her or her
No,
crush
yeah, her crush became a turnoff.
when she saw him on Tinder?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of interesting. I would say, I mean, given, the stereotypes and the stigma, I mean, most of the time people think the reason why people are on Tinder in college is for that specific reason besides getting into relationships.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I mean, for some people, like you said, it usually can be for that. Maybe her notion was like, oh, he's on Tinder. He's definitely, looking for hookups and stuff like that. I feel like the stigma is different from both perspectives, too, when it comes to gender as well. But I also feel like it can be the same for both genders. Like a guy could want a relationship and go on Tinder, and a girl can want a relationship and go on Tinder. And if a girl wants to, do the deed, she can go on Tinder. Or if a guy wants to go, or whoever, like, it doesn't matter, guy, girl, non-binaries, like, it really doesn't matter. Like, anyone can have the same motive or different motives. But yeah, that's pretty interesting though, that it was a turn off for her. I mean, it's a public app.
And she didn't stay on the app. Left afterwards when she figured that, oh, my crush or someone I like is on here. Like,
well, first, you sometimes you gotta also think some people don't delete their profiles, because once again, I still don't even think I deleted mine. I think I just deleted the app. But also, it could have been anything. Maybe someone could have made a fake profile of him, which happens more often. Like, I noticed that too. Like, some people actually did make fake profiles of other people, which is weird. But in terms of it's pretty hypocritical, because now you're on Tinder, but you don't want your crush to
key word, she downloaded it as a joke.
Oh, as a joke.
As a joke. With no intentions of being in there or finding someone.
Well, maybe. Okay. Well, I guess it depends on the standard for her. I mean, everyone is different. I just feel like, sometimes you gotta like look at things like, is it a serious deal breaker? Like, for someone that I'm assuming that he doesn't know she likes him.
Yeah.
So I mean, he could be on there to look for someone, or to like, probably find, like, probably as an ego booster thing too, where like maybe he wants someone to like him, or maybe, he's trying to find a girlfriend. Like, I would have. Him being on Tinder shows that, for me, like, if I was in her shoes, it would have showed me that, one, he's single, clearly on the open market. Two, he's looking to mingle, so that will be my chance to go into his messages. And three, I mean, he's clearly putting himself out there, so that's a good thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. So he's putting himself out there, very single, ready to mingle. Well, on that note, we'll take this short break. We'll be right back.
On the air at 88.9 WCVF. We are the campus and community voice of Fredonia.
Yeah. Ready to mingle?
Ready to mingle.
But yeah. But also, do you think Tinder, it's ruined the way we build relationships? Because think about it. If the other person's looking to get a little something, and I'm looking up to get a little something, initially you'll try to talk, build up a bit of connection, per se. But then if we meet and we do the deed, and then we want to build a relationship on top of that afterwards, what do you think the relationship would be like, since we started building our relationship doing the deed?
I mean, some people have this notion that, like, if a relationship starts off of, like,
doing the deed,
or stuff, physical interaction rather than the emotional or the verbal, then it's more likely not to last, because therefore the foundation of your relationship is all about that specific physical encounter.
Yeah.
So when you take away that physical encounter, you basically have nothing. Most of the time, though, I've seen a lot of people, actually have long-term relationships when it starts off with the physical encounter. And it's not to say that that's always the case. Of course not. I guess it just depends on your luck and the individual. And clearly, I guess the mindset that, the mindset that you both have, because some people would feel like, oh, this person is, easy to get through. So I might as well just take what I can and then clearly go, because clearly their interest is this only.
Yeah.
It might not be anything emotional, which is not true at all. But I'm just going based off of what people have spewed and what people, like some people that I've had conversations with. And, you know, I personally feel like, that ideology, like that you can't have a full relationship or have a healthy relationship if you start off with the physical interaction first.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in some aspect, having that physical connection with someone is a good thing that you can build upon that. And then your relationship, depending on who you are and your personality, your relationship could be way better than some people that started out having conversations and trying to build that aspect of their relationship. And not saying that if you start out building your relationship with someone, talking and making that emotional connection without the physical connection, means that your relationship's bad either. But I think depending on who you are and who you are in a relationship, I think the physical aspect, because I think the physical aspect is also a bit spiritual.
Yeah.
Because the person is trusting you and you're trusting them to share one body or share each other. And that in itself could help broaden that connection between you guys, the intimacy between you guys.
Definitely.
So I think some relationships fell out of love when that physical aspect is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Same goes for a relationship that the emotional connection is not out there anymore.
Yeah.
You know? So depending on who you are, you can go off Tinder, meet someone, do the deed, and still have a good relationship, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree too. And even though you may not see it, that doesn't mean it's not happening either too. A lot of people have very strong foundational relationships off of dating apps. They've even got married, had a family, lived happily ever after. Like that's literally how it goes for some people. It's just depending on how you're communicating and also like your motive once again, you know.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. Apps. Dating apps.
Dating apps.
I wonder how like the culture was with the beginning of it compared to now. Like I wonder if it's become hyper I wonder if I could say this, but hypersexualized.
Yeah.
Like compared to like before, like was it the same motives behind it when it came to college?
Yeah, I don't know. That prompted up like just imagine Fredonia in the 60s or before these apps. How would they, I kind of wonder, how was the hookup culture like?
Auctions.
Auction?
Like, no, when I mean by auctions, like, I don't know, I'm going based off of the book, well, not the book, the movie Flipped. There was this scene where, like, they had, like, the basket boys or something, and the girls would go to it, and they would auction, they would go off of, like, what the boy is, like, who the boy is, and what he got in his basket for, like, them to go on a little date.
Yeah.
So it could have been like that. I don't know if they actually did that in person, though, but...
I don't know. Maybe someone was on MySpace typing...
Notes. They used to pass notes like, "Would you go out with me?
Would you go out with me?
Yes or no?" Or if it would be like, you know, more on an intense physical level.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You think so?
I think so. Or I mean, it could have been the same. I know in the 90s they had pagers, but anything before that, it was probably like, "Ring me up. It's my number."
Yeah.
You know?
Rack up the phone bill.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
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 Times are changing. Oh, with that, do you think in the future do you think? What do you think the dating apps or the hookup culture regarding dating apps will be?
I think they're gonna start conjoining with social medias, like, cause like I don't like I truly think it's
Yeah.
gonna be like that, cause nobody's gonna want to pay for these premium expenses and stuff. And why do all of that when you can do it for free on Instagram, do it
Yeah.
for free on Facebook, even though Snapchat just made it Snapchat Plus. But all I know is the minute Instagram becomes something where you're paying monthly for their services,
Yeah.
that's it. Honestly,
Yeah. And
that's pretty it.
I think it has started already. Have you heard of Yik Yak?
Oh yeah, yik yak.
Yes. If you look at, so whoever don't know what Yik Yak is an anonymous online platform where it scouts within like 5 miles of you and figure out, it's an online just platform for chatting and talking anonymously. Nobody knows who you are and nobody knows whoever reads it. So with your new update now, so before the new update, people always go on Yik Yak saying that, hey, I need a little bit something.
Cuddle.
Yes, and all of that. People try to find people on that app where they want to, do the deed.
Yeah.
But it was hard for people to know who
Yep.
you are and who this person is.
Yep.
But now, with your new update, you can direct DM
Really?
the person
Oh, people are gonna hate this.
who I think people are going to love this.
Some people.
Yeah.
People.
I think people are going to love this. Now you can direct DM. Direct DM. Direct message.
Yeah.
DM the person who posted the thread in the first place. So if someone says, hey, I'm looking for a little bit of something, someone can go in and DM the person and say, hey, privately, here's my info.
Come here.
Yes. So now I think,
Oh my God.
I think Tinder might become obsolete depending on how these apps go, where nobody knows who you are, but also it's a bit dangerous too.
Yeah, because people can be,
Yeah.
serial killers or, just dangerous, like, in general. Like, you don't want to put yourself in harm's way and give information to someone you may not even know. Or, like, it could be anybody, like a non-student, you don't want that to be the case. You don't want to be on the news.
Yes.
For the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Please protect yourself out here.
And be careful out there. Because you don't know who you were DMing or who you're getting a DM from.
It's very scary. Spooky season,
It's spooky season. It's also cuddle season too.
Right.
So
which is scary. Because people are getting into cuffings and these little minute periods of like being in a relationship, and then afterwards it turns bad.
Yeah.
It just
so with online platforms like Yik Yak, I would say do it with your own caution in mind. Yes.
Ooh.
You might get a little bit something, but you don't know what the something is going to be.
Right. But also be careful too when you get into a little something, because sometimes you might get something scary afterwards.
Something.
It's
all about the something. But yeah, and happy Halloween to you all listening.
Yes.
Okay, just be careful out there.
Literally.
Ooh, chills. Yeah. But yeah, I think as we go on progresses in the future, I think some of these things are going to be these Tinder apps and Bumbles and Hinges.
Yeah.
They might be a bit obsolete.
Yeah, literally. They might be a bit obsolete. And I don't know. Truthfully, for me, it's just like I'm craving more in-person interaction than online. Unless I'm really that bored. But if I know you, or if we like spoke already, like for me, Or if I seen you around, I'd rather talk to you in person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Compared to before, now it's just like, yeah, these apps are becoming so...
Yeah.
Ugh.
And imagine in the olden days, people want to, get like something, they put it in the newspaper as an ad.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. Or they send a letter.
Yeah, send a letter.
Send a letter, or they, I don't know, do a secret admirer, put something in someone's like locker.
Yeah.
Or stalk them, even though that's like not a good thing. Like, I'm not saying it as a good thing, but just putting it out there. Like, some people, the crazy just hasn't stopped. So.
No. There's too many crazy things out there.
Yeah.
That we have to keep in mind. Yeah. And if you just tune in, this is Swiping on Love. I am your host, Samuel J, with my hostess here.
Songekata.
Yeah, so this is just a show hosted by college students that talks about the dating atmosphere.
On college campus.
Yes, on college campuses.
Well, specifically this one.
This one.
Yeah.
This one. No matter, maybe we might get big enough that we can spread it across.
Yeah.
Across many campuses.
Right, across many college students' ears, and, get other people's perspective and what it's like when it comes to dating or just interacting with people and, like, creating friendships.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah. On that note, closing regards, any closing statements?
Tinder, man. Well, just like you would engage with any other person in person, like with any in-person interaction, apply that exact same like idea and motive when it comes to online dating. Be truthful, be respectful. Also have fun. Like, it's okay if your motive or like you want something differently, but the other person may not want something like the same as you. So, but just be honest and open. Your experience will surely be a bit more easier when it comes to communicating.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when it comes to talking to the opposite gender or opposite person from you, it seems nerve-wracking, I should say.
Yeah.
Talking to someone in person for the first time seems a bit crazy and all of that. But like Sanga said, stay true to yourself, true to your character. And if the right person walks by, you might, who knows, get the boldness and the courage, the confidence.
Right.
It's just like, nah, I do not want to miss this opportunity right here.
Right.
I am going to go for it. And the more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah, you will go for it. So yeah, Tinder, dating apps, do it. I say YOLO.
Yes, definitely YOLO.
Yeah, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of what people think of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just be you.
Literally, because you have nothing to lose. Like,
oh yeah,
you really don't. There's thousands, millions, billions of people in this world.
Yeah.
That you're gonna meet, and not all of them are gonna be great people. Not all of them are gonna be the nicest, and not all of them are gonna like be mean and stuff. A lot of them are gonna be nice to you. So just have an open mindset, and But that's just my suggestion.
Yeah, I was ready to say something, but I forgot.
Sam, everybody, be truthful.
Be true to your character, and do that. Yeah. Got it. Yeah,
you got it.
Right
Yay!
Now. So you said something like, "What's the worst?" Something about what's the worst thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the worst thing? The person might say no. No, move on to the next one.
Right.
No, move on to the next one.
Exactly.
No, move on to the next one. Eventually.
Persistence. Yeah. Eventually.
Eventually, you'll get there.
Right.
You will get there.
Right. Maybe not today.
Not tomorrow, but
someday you will.
Someday I will become a champion. Yeah, maybe not today, not tomorrow, but eventually was bound to happen. It will happen. But yeah, on that, this has been a quite lovely
Episode.
discussion.
Yeah.
Talking. Yeah. Tinder and hookup culture
Yeah.
on campus.
Yeah. And for that, everyone, we hope that you have an amazing Friday.
Oh, and yeah, happy homecoming to all who's performing, and all
Yes.
who's watching, and all who's participating. And if you're an alumni, please follow us on Instagram.
Swiping on Love.
On love.
Facebook, Love Swiping.
Yes.
And YouTube, Swiping Love.
Swiping love. And if you want our Gmail too,
Swiping on Love at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
So it's everything swiping on love. So yeah, reach out, let us know, and we'll be happy to interview and get your perspective on certain things.
Yes, definitely.
Comparing your then culture to now culture and how it has changed or has not changed at all.
Well, that being said, everyone, have a good
Yeah.
rest of your Friday
Yep.
and enjoy your night. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy homecoming.
Yep.